Hello and welcome to Crimes of the Heart Tarot. I'm Miss Vicki, and I'm going to use the tarot to see if we can gain more insight into unsolved mysteries, deaths, and disappearances. Let's get started. Welcome to Crimes of the Heart Tarot. Today I'm going to do a reading for little Quinton Simon, the 20-month-old little boy who has been missing since October 5th, 2022, from a home in South Carolina. He lived, his mother Leilani and her boyfriend lived with Leilani's mother and her mother's husband. And Leilani had 3 children. Quinton was 20 months. There was a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old baby that they all lived in the same house. Now they had really sketchy backgrounds, all of them. I don't know anything about Leilani's mother's husband. I don't know what he did or anything, but Leilani had a history of shoplifting, drugs, just basically not living the greatest of life. She was only 22 and she had 3 children. Her mother also had a sketchy, I say sketchy because I'm not sure exactly what I can say on YouTube, a history, police record, had been involved with alcohol and drugs, just like her daughter, mother and daughter. Don't know a whole lot about the boyfriend that was living there. Anyway, the morning of October 5th, this is the story, because we don't have really facts. We just know a few basic things. Leilani said I guess her boyfriend left for work around 6 o'clock and did say, he was interviewed by the police, he said he saw Quinton. I don't know if he was in his playpen or what. And then he left. I don't know where Leilani's mother and father were. They lived in the same house. I think they had a 2-story home. And also, Leilani texted her babysitter early that day, even before the boyfriend left, around 5:30, and she told the babysitter that she wouldn't need their services. They wouldn't be bringing the children over there, which was kind of odd because she kind of had a standing appointment whether she had to work or not. I don't know if Leilani worked. And she then texted, I'm trying to think what her story, I say story because we don't know if this is true or not. She then texted the babysitter around 9 o'clock and asked the babysitter if she had Quinton. And the babysitter said, well, no, And the babysitter then proceeded to come over to the house. And they couldn't find him anywhere. I don't know where they looked, but Leilani then called the police around 9:40 and told the police the front door was open. He had been taken by someone, and he was missing. That's all she knew. Police came out, made a report, interviewed everyone. Also, Leilani's mother, and I believe her mother's husband, had custody of the children, even though they lived in the same house. All of them, that would be what? The 3 children, Leilani and her boyfriend, and Leilani's mother and Leilani's mother's husband. And I don't know what Leilani's mother was doing that morning. I don't know. I didn't go into detail about that. I have heard that the boyfriend did pass a lie detector test. Also, that's subject to proof. We're not sure about that. I don't do social media. I look on online, and I'll YouTube, and that's about it. So I don't want all the gossip. I just try to get the facts. So they looked all around. They canvassed the neighborhood. No Quinton. On October 12th, the police announced that Quinton was no longer alive. They believed he was no longer alive, and they were going to start searching landfills in certain areas where a certain dumpster was apparently taken, which is really kind of strange because I don't know why they would do that unless they had a tip. There'd been a lot of problems at the house. The babysitter had called Child Protective Services, I think that's what it's called back there, several times. A lot of sad things going on with the children. Drugs, alcohol, neglect. So I'm just going to lay some cards out. I don't know what to expect here. That's about all I know about the case. He's still missing. The police have been searching the landfills. Certain ones, they said, certain ones, like they were targeting certain areas for some reason. Whether they got a tip, whether it's a hunch, I don't know, and they haven't said. And they have made Leilani a person of interest, named her as a person of interest. So we'll start with a few cards, kind of get a feel for what's going on. My main questions are, what happened that morning? What happened to Quinton? Who did what to him? Did he wander off? Did he, something happen to him? All right, we have, the first card is the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is nightmares. This is night of the, really of the dark soul. It's in reverse. There's the woman sitting there with a, looks like a vulture or something, and some spiders. This is the nightmares. In reverse, this is a nightmare that isn't going to go away. This is a nightmare that you can't wake up from. So we really want to know what happened to Quinton that morning. All right, then we have the World in reverse. All right, the World in reverse basically means, well, the World upright means an ending. It means you've completed something, and then you're ready to start something new. In reverse, it's opposite. It's just the opposite. You haven't completed your mission, your life plan, whatever. And then we have the Ten of Cups. All right, the Ten of Cups is a happy home. This is love. This is family. This is a really positive card, which their family was not the Ten of Cups family. All right, in reverse, then we have the Two of Cups. This is, the Two of Cups is making a choice, choosing one person over another. It's love. It's, in reverse, it's making the wrong choices. It's making a choice, but it's making the wrong choice. So I'm not sure what that means either. We're getting some interesting cards. All right. Now we've got the Knight of Swords. There's a woman there. Wow, that's interesting. It's a woman with a little boy or a little child. She's flying the little child away on a kite. He's floating away attached to a kite, and on the kite there's another picture. This is a strange card. In reverse, the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords upright is usually doing something unfeeling really quickly, not thinking so much, running here and there. In reverse, this can be a really harsh card. It can mean doing something without thinking, something cruel, swords or thoughts. They could be deeds, they could be cutting someone or saying terrible things, doing terrible things. All right, we have the Tower. There's a woman standing in her kitchen with a big mess on the floor. Oh my gosh. In reverse, well, the Tower is like, this card doesn't even really portray what the Tower means. The Tower is a sudden, quick, usually really serious thing that you did not expect to happen. In reverse, it's kind of like something awful happened, unexpected, and you're trying to recover from it. Sometimes in reverse it can mean making the best of a terrible situation. All right, so far these cards let me think that something really bad happened. This card in particular, this card in the Tower, Page of Swords and the Tower. This is about children. It's like this child is floating away into the sky. He's gone. The Tower, a sudden accident. I get accident, but we'll see. Something suddenly happens. Something happens suddenly. All right, now we've got the Magician. This is upright. This is making things, conjuring things, mixing things together, making potions, making magic. This is a powerful person. This card really interests me. It's the Page of Swords, not the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. And he's just floating away. All right, let's see what else we have. We'll go over them all. The Empress. The Empress is a loving person, a really good mother. There's her little child. She's fixing a little band-aid on his knee, fixing him up, taking good care of him. Empress is a really loving person, a mother. This is a mother card, but it's a positive mother card. And we have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups. This could be drinking. This woman's kind of just laying there. It can be, and she's rejecting one cup. It could be not happy with what you have. But cups can be alcohol or any kind of thing you can drink. In reverse, it's like there is no way to make things right. She doesn't want this cup, but in reverse, it's like all of the cups are empty. You have no choices. Can't make things right. All right, we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is, this is interesting. It's someone almost like doing something sneaky, winning but not winning. There's cups again, 2 cups. Look at the rest of the cards. 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is working together, working on something, working. The Hanged Man, this is upright. This is looking at things from a new perspective, standing back, making a sacrifice. And the last card is also in reverse. This is the King of Cups. Here's the King of Cups. He's a fatherly, generous man, loves children, a role model. This is male energy in reverse. This is a man that doesn't really love children, makes the wrong decisions. And it's cups again. Okay, what I'm getting is, from these cards, there's a couple that are really bother me. making a choice. I see a lot of cups. I see drugs, alcohol, which we know they were into, sudden happening. So this, I think this was sudden, whatever happened. But when you're dealing with somebody that's under the influence or whatever, some things can mean sudden to them and not sudden to somebody else. All right, what I'm getting, I'm not getting anything definitive. I'm getting lots of cups. Instead of love, though, I'm getting alcohol. This is somebody mixing something together. Okay, there were drugs in the house, I think. He might have gotten into those. Because I don't think he was supervised. I don't know where Leilani's mother was when all this was happening. And I see the good mother. This is a good mother, helping her son, fixing her son up. I do not believe that was Leilani. Maybe that's how she sees herself. All right. I think what I'm feeling is neglect. I don't see intent. I don't see whatever happened to Quinton. And whatever happened to him happened that morning, allegedly after 6 o'clock. That's when Leilani's boyfriend said he saw him in the playpen, I think. But Leilani had told the babysitter that they weren't bringing the kids over that day. So something was up. Something was up. Something was planned. I don't believe it was the death of Quinton. I think it was something else. I think I'll pull some oracle cards. So we know that she was there with Quinton. He was there in the morning. We're going to take the boyfriend's word for it because they said he did pass a lie detector test. So I think I'll pull a few of these cards. So what we really want to know is, I just want to do a few. I'm getting that Quinton may have gotten into something. He wasn't supervised. She wasn't supervising him. In fact, she could have been under the influence, waiting for her boyfriend to leave, under the influence. Whatever. There was some kind of alcohol or something that was mixed. Okay, we have the sun. Just lay a few cards down. I don't know if these are going to help. All right. The sun. The sun can be about children. This is about happiness, going on to a new life. It could be. This could be Quinton. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. Wow, this is really, really heartache in reverse. Irreversible heartache. King of Swords. This is a really, really cold-hearted person. This is male energy, but as far as we know, then we have the King of Cups in reverse. This is someone who, it's a fantasy, it's a love them and leave them type person. I'm not getting anything from these cards except what we already have. All right, so put this back. What I was getting, though, was she was with him. She was alone with Quinton. I don't know where her mother was. I think they almost had like separate living areas, upstairs, downstairs. Whatever happened to him, I don't think was violent. It wasn't a violent confrontation where screaming and yelling, which she did a lot of, happened, because I think the mother and I believe the stepfather were there. I'm getting the feeling that this happened. Quinton was the victim of neglect. I think that she wasn't watching him. She had her own interests. I think he got into something or was given something by her so she could go about her business, whatever she had planned after her boyfriend left, which could have been drugs. It could have been going back to bed. 3 kids. That's a lot of little kids, little kidlets to take care of. Give them breakfast, change their diapers, all that. All right, we'll pull a few oracle cards. Antisocial, ambitious, obnoxious, thoughtless, emotional, self-sabotage, analytical, incompetent, attached, opportunist. All right, I'm getting mixed messages about Leilani, and I think it's because of the drugs. I see going from one to the other, back and forth. Sometimes she was a good mother. Sometimes she was incompetent. Self-sabotaged. That's all I'm getting at this point. I'm getting that Quinton, he was okay early in the morning, that morning, but he either got into something or she gave him something. And my questions after that are, what happened? I mean, if he died, it would have had to have been in that morning, fairly early, I would think. She said the door was open. She claimed that her Quinton's biological father took him, which wasn't true. She was saying all kinds of stuff. The police drained the pool and searched it. All right, I'm just going to pull a few more cards. I'm getting that Quinton was either given something or got into something. And then, what did she do? I mean, would she have taken him to the dump? How cold-hearted is that? I don't know. Do a Celtic cross, I think. Okay, this is for Leilani. Just want to see what we get here. After he drank or was given something, what happened to him? All right. We have 9 of Pentacles. This is a single woman who wants to be independent, thinks about money. This is a single woman. She was single. She had a boyfriend. I think that is Leilani. Crossed by the Knight of Wands. Wow, the Knight of Wands. That's a powerful. It's male energy, but it's also can mean fiery, almost hidden type energies. Beneath it is the King of Swords, but it's in reverse. This is planning. What I'm getting from her is a scattered mind, and I think it's because of the drugs. Then we have the King of Cups in reverse. This could have been Quinton's father. Above it, we have the Sun again. Did she take him to a trash can? Then we have the Six of Cups, loving, wanting wanting things to be as they were in the past. I'm sure she wished that. She feels like it's a happy home. And Leilani and her mother were seen out drinking in a bar, acting rowdy, celebrating. Feelings around her is the Chariot. That's taking control of a situation. Could mean just going somewhere and taking him in the car. Hopes and fears, 7 of Pentacles. This is reevaluating things, hoping they work out, thinking maybe that wasn't such a good idea. And it ends with the Lovers. I wonder if she got help from someone. I don't see anything about what she did with his body. I do see the car. I see hoping things were better, wishing things were like they used to be when she was a child, hoping for the son. The lover's card, that's interesting. Did she panic and call somebody? I don't know who she'd call. Her boyfriend apparently was at work. They said he passed a lie detector test, which may or may not be true. Let's get some clarification. Okay, we've got wow. That's the Hermit card, but there's someone watching. This is them. I get there was a man involved, but I don't know if it's her boyfriend. The Lover's card really makes me think, unless she was worried about her boyfriend leaving her. And he almost looks like he's at a cemetery going to bury somebody, but there's someone watching. I think she was worried that her boyfriend would leave her. In fact, I don't know if the boyfriend is still there. And we have the Queen of Cups. This is what she wanted to be. She did something with him. They're saying she put him in a dumpster, or someone put him in a dumpster. And I think from the cards, her energy's really scattered. She goes from thinking she's a good mother, wanting to be a good mother, to being a really awful person. We have the car. We have wanting the happy home. She took him somewhere, and if what the police are saying is true, she took him and put his little body in a dumpster. I think she gave him something, or he got into the drugs, which they may or may not have been left laying around. A lot of really irresponsible mothers put like NyQuil or some kind of things that make you sleepy, that have some kind of a sedative in them. They put them in their kids' bottles, so it makes them drowsy and they can just do whatever they want. I get the feeling it was something like that. I don't really see him getting into drugs. I think, and this is the reason she was doing a lot of this, was because of her boyfriend. Maybe the boyfriend was having a problem with the 3 kids, crying, waking him up. Maybe he was thinking about moving out. I really don't think she did this on purpose. I don't see murder. I don't see lots of swords. I see a scattered mind. I do see the Chariot, and I do see it was about protecting her relationship. It's what I'm getting. So could she have done that? Could she have accidentally killed him? Given him something to make him sleep? I can't see a toddler getting out of a playpen and running around and getting into drugs, but maybe he was never in the playpen. Well, it's not real definitive. Don't know if she'll ever confess. And her mother may know what's going on. So I think I'm going to end the reading here. I got some information, not as much as I was hoping for. Basically, we know that she had a lot of problems. Scattered mind, scattered thinking. She told a lot of strange stories. The door was open. Someone took him. The biological father took him, which was not true. I don't even think she was thinking straight. She had a few hours. If she had done something to him, it had to have been fast and disposed of him quickly. Well, I'm going to close the circle. Please subscribe, like, and leave kind comments. And watch Afterlife Adventures for some really interesting spirit box sessions with Amanda. So we'll see you next time. Bye.